it do, baby? I'm back with another fantasy video. Sit tight. Everyone sit tight. Everybody sit right. Let's get straight into it. Yo, I feel like this last week, or this week I'm about to detail, I feel like it was a very, very important week. You know what I'm trying to say? Um, I did my team against Mariano, respectfully. Like, I just feel like right now his team can't hang with the big guys. Like, it's just the truth. Because when he's missing Cal Anthony Town and KD, like, if I'm being 10 toes, like, I just feel like his team ain't as strong as it is. And I'm not saying it to disrespect him, I'm just saying it to be 10 toes. Like, if he had Cal Anthony Towns and KD, this right here is a completely different matchup. But he didn't. So it's like, I feel like it wasn't like an easy matchup. I can't lie. But it wasn't like, you got trying to say, like, it wasn't like the most competitive matchup because, like, again, I said he didn't have these big guys, so it's like, and I still feel like Mariano's running a very dangerous game. I don't know when KD's coming back. I don't know when Cal Anthony Towns is coming back, but I feel like it's very risky. The fact that he is he's riding it out without them. I feel like it's very very risky, like extremely risky. And but that's his decision. Ben Simmons had his best week in fantasy, man. 26 rebounds, 33 assists, 7 steals, 3 blocks. And yo, he went crazy. Curry, I feel like he had an alright week. I feel like for me, Curry should always be hitting 100 points. You know what I'm trying to say? Assist numbers are horrible. Rebounding numbers aren't the best. But it's calm. Julius Randle ate up the boards and he got me 3 double doubles. I feel like right now my team is good. I feel like where I'm struggling at with my team is the fact that there's no consistency inside, like, with the health of my team. I feel like because my team isn't always consistently healthy, I can't really gauge where I'm at, if that makes sense. And because I can't really gauge where I'm at, it's like I don't really know, like, if I can hang with the top guys or the top guy or not because my team is not consistently healthy. So, but that's a managerial thing. So like I have to now make a decision. Am I gonna keep this team or am I gonna what's it? Am I gonna keep this team or am I gonna do some shake ups? You know what I'm trying to say? Because it's like my team hasn't been healthy the whole fantasy. If I'm gonna be 10 toes. Like Chris Paul right now is not healthy. LaMelo's not healthy again. So it's like I feel like I have a good record. I started 0-3, but like I need to make decisions. You know what I mean? And I feel like Mariano is stuck right now. He has to make a decision. Risk it out, wait for Kyle Anthony Towns and KD to come back, or keep riding this, or make trades, man. He has decisions to make. He has decisions to make. Yo, Edmonton, Mafia, ESPN sucks. This is one of the matchups for the week. Very, very important matchup. As you guys can now see, 5-8, 1-5-8-1. The playoff race is hot right now. The playoff race is hot. I don't know who pissed off. Yo, this Garland trade is working for Malik. It's seriously working. It's seriously working. So all the haters that were asking him, does he want to win? I think he's winning right now. What do you guys think? I think he's winning right now. I always loved the Kyrie trade for him too. Kyrie's doing what Kyrie does, you know what I mean? I did buy your too. Woof. Like I knew he won that trade, and then now you got Miles Turner 12 blocks, Siakam 7. Like his team is firing on all cylinders. I think Marcus Smart got injured, but right now his team's firing on all cylinders. That trade he made with Charlie really catapulted his team. He really catapulted his team, and I feel like if I'm Malik, bro, I'm content. And I told y'all, it's like it takes one person to make a bold move, and that could change the course of this thing. Now he's licking playoffs. His tongue is touching the eighth seed, my guys. He's licking this thing. And I told you, man, anyone could do it. It's who's brave enough. Hachimura just got traded to Lakers. Expect major turnarounds. Expect major turnarounds. Hachimura used to play with Westbrook, so there's already chemistry there. So Hachimura, I feel like he could average about around 15 points, and that's an efficient 15 points. So I feel like if you still got him, I would keep him. See how he rides Lakers' first couple of games. Cause I feel like he might be a player that you might not be able to drop anymore. You know what I'm trying to say? London PBU. This thing is so hard to say. I'm gonna just say London versus Germany Prince. I feel like with this win right here, London knocked out Prince Germany out of the playoff race. That's just my personal opinion. I feel like he knocked him out the playoff race because right now it's real tight. It's real tight, and there's there's a little pack forming, right? So it's right now it's Palik, it's Edmonton Mafia, ASB and such, and London. Yeah, am I missing anyone? And London. Those guys right now are in their own square, right? Basically, if Mariano or Daniel lose, they fall into that square with them. But those guys are in the square, and it's like, you guys ever watch like long distance running when they like you have different people leading at different times to get the catch up group to so they can fully catch up with the main group. That's what they're doing right now. That's what they're doing. Cornelius' team is finally getting healthy. Finally getting healthy, and I feel like he's doing what he should have been doing. His team's finally getting healthy. He's doing what he could have been doing. This right here, whew, 6-3, Mel. He ain't even use an acquisition. He used two. And if I'm just gonna keep it nice, simple, and sweet, this is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes like we be doing too much. In a sense where it's like sometimes you pick up people that are actually gonna make your field goal percentage worse or your free throw percentage worse. You know what I mean? Sometimes you pick up people that do more harm than good. And sometimes because we don't actually check the schedule, right? We don't know what our team can do. We don't foresee. There's no foresight. And I feel like Chris knew the schedule and he just trusted his team and he trusted himself. And it's just that simple. This makes Chris the clear number one seed in the East. And it's like Ja had a good week, but it wasn't a Kyrie Irving week. You know what I'm trying to say? Who else did he take? Yo, Jackson has 17 blocks though. That's crazy. But this is what I'm trying to say though. It's like, uh, it's just tough. The 58 steals catches me by surprise though. Because how is he getting 58 steals? Oh, because this guy got 7. And Milton got 7. They ain't getting 7 again. But anyways, I just feel like, does Zion and Anthony Davis make a difference? Of course they do, right? But guess what? Right? Guess what? This guy had 3 games, he only played 66 minutes, right? He had 3 games, he only played 70 minutes. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, France only, so I'm trying to say is like, Joel Embiid and Markkinen have been very, very good this year, but they didn't even play all of their games and stuff. So it's like, there's so much what ifs and there's so much maybes and all of that. So it's like, let's just take it as we see it. Let's just take it for face value. You know what I'm trying to say? Because even when Anthony Davis does come back, I feel like Charlie should be asking himself, do I want to keep a guy like Anthony Davis and Zion Williams? Or do I need to ship one of them away? Because I don't think they're both going to stay healthy for the remainder of the season. And even if they do, they are going to lose. They're going to sit out on games. Like, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. So do you want to keep those two players plus Jimmy Butler on your team? Like, these are questions you seriously need to ask. And John Morant too, he sits out games as well. So like, do you want to do that? These are managerial questions you have to ask yourself. Now I'm trying to say, because with Anthony Davis's injury, I read that he didn't actually take the surgery. He chose rest. So the thing is that this thing could pop up again, because apparently it was like an unknown thing. So it could pop up again, and if it pops up again, he's gonna be out for longer. Because y'all need to remember, he got this injury in mid-air. Like, he got hit. He didn't even get hit. He got the injury in mid-air. That's how freakish this injury is. So I don't know. For Charlie, it's like ever since Anthony Davis and Zion Williams dropped, I think he's won one matchup. Cause I beat him. I think Larry drew with him. He's lost to Chris. You know what I'm saying? He's looked real vulnerable. He looked real vulnerable, and that's my thing with these teams. Is like, this is why when I say there's a tier list, the only person I think team is like crazy like that is Chris's team, because it's like he'll have like Embiid barely not even play, Lowry barely not even play, but he's still winning. So it's like, I don't know if, because the thing is with this sort of team, with Charlie's team, it's like, when you play him that Jimmy Butler may not play every single match. Anthony Davis, he may not. Zion, you may not. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, without those guys, it takes away a lot of what he does. Because his team's not great at 3-pointers, but his team's extremely good at rebounding, right? He doesn't have, like, this assist number is good, right? It's really good. I think it beats a majority of people. It does. These still numbers are good. Block numbers are good, right? But the percentages and then the 3-pointers, that's three categories, right? And then double doubles are not as high as Anthony Davis too, right? And he is scoring high points. I'll give him that. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, without Anthony Davis and Zion, there's more categories up for grabs against Charlie. That's just my argument. You know what I mean? Whereas I feel like with Chris, his team is more like diversified, in a sense where it's like 34 blocks against another team, that's good enough to get the win. 11 double doubles is insane. This points is insane. The percentages are great. 3-pointers made up great, and the rebounds are highly respectable. It's highly respectable. So it's like, I just feel like with Charlie's team, I want to see what he's gonna do in the upcoming weeks. I really want to see what he's gonna do in the upcoming weeks, and I'm gonna find it interesting, and I'll be shocked if I don't see any moves, if I'm being quite frank. Because for me, it's concerning. Because it's like, I didn't have Stephen Curry for a while, right? And I got some wins. I didn't have LaMelo for a while. I got some wins. I haven't had CP3 for a while. I had some wins. At one time, I think LaMelo and Curry was gone, but I still got some wins. He hasn't won a game without Anthony Davis. Like, not a game. I don't think he's won a game. And if he has, it's one game. So it's like 1-4 or something. That's, if I'm Charlie, I'm scared. I'm scared. That's just my opinion, because it's like, are you gonna rely on Anthony Davis's health? But yo, this matchup right here was extremely important. This was next season versus the Wise, and 8-5-1, 6-7-1, and it's like, I know this matchup pained Daniel, like, because he lost by 0.0004, bro, whatever it is. That's how much he lost by. Like, and this is a big loss, because now what happens is Larry now has a cushion against Daniel. He has a 2-game cushion against Daniel. This is a big loss for Daniel, man. I can't lie, big loss for Daniel, and it's like, it's scary times. But I don't want to get into it in this slide. But it's scary times, man, because it's like Larry didn't even use any acquisitions. But it's scary times because it's like now it's like if Daniel loses again, he's now gonna be inside that pack, that hunting pack. They would have hunted him down and made the pack bigger. That's what I'm saying. Like Daniel and Mariano, the pressure's on them because it's like if they lose, they in the pack, and it's scary. And it's I don't know. And then this matchup was real close. I felt bad for Daniel O because he literally 3 pointer away from winning. 1 3 pointer away from winning. Like that sucks, man. I can't lie, that actually sucks because that's what happened last time against David too. Whereas like David only beating him by small margins, right? And it's like if I'm David, that's if. I don't know, man. This team is looking very, very vulnerable. Like I don't know if he's sitting out players on purpose, but 12 blocks, that's very low. And then it's like I'm not even comparing to me. I'm comparing to guys in his tier list, right? These points are low. These double doubles are good. The blocks are low. The steals, I think they're alright, yeah. The assist numbers, they're respectable, but I think Charlie beats them, yeah. Rebounds, I think anything above 220 is crazy. The three pointers are low again. And I've said, I've been studying this thing, right? It's like, Sabonis had an okay week. Like, this is like, he played 76 minutes. So that means he probably didn't play, he only played 2 games. And then Jokic played 65 and 4. And this is what I've been trying to say. It's like, when those two players don't play, it's like, his team becomes normal. If that makes sense. And it's like, how do I explain it? Obviously, like his team will become normal if his best player's not playing. That's not what I'm saying though. I'm saying that his team should still be able to run like at a higher rate. But I just feel like if one of them like just doesn't perform at those crazy numbers, I feel like it's a beatable team. And that's what I've been noticing of recent. Like even against me, it's like his numbers dropped from this week to last week because they played less. You know what I mean? They played less. So it's like it's like David and Charlie that their teams have almost the same Achilles heel. It's like when their big players don't play, they don't their teams don't perform. But the difference is that David still gets it done. David still gets it done. Charlie hasn't got it done yet. That's the difference. Right? So it's like I don't know what the future holds for David's team. But like I said, trades are beginning to happen. Like Lakers already made a trade for Hachimura. Other players are gonna be moved. So it's like teams are gonna be looking different now. But David has Bradley Beal. So if Hachimura go in, Bradley Beal could get more touches. So it's like that's what I'm trying to say. Like the trades and that stuff that's gonna be going on. It's like let's see what happens, my guys. Let's see what happens. So just gonna take a look at this week. I'm playing against Daniel O. I do feel like I'll get the win. I feel like I should be good with this category. I know I'll lose the field goal. Rebounds, I'm gonna lose. 3 pointers, I should win. Double doubles would be competitive. Blocks, I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be a weird matchup, but I should be able to see it through. I'm taking Edmonton Mafia. I feel like he's on a hot pursuit right now, and I can't violate. He's going crazy, and the moves he made. London is red versus ESPN sucks. ESPN sucks. Needs to make a trade. He ain't gonna make a trade, and because of that, I think that Pack, like right now, they caught up to him, right? So he's still running at the front. Once he loses this week, he's gonna be running at the back, trying to stay alive. This week for Charlie is a test, bro. If Charlie don't win this week, I'm scared for Charlie because if Charlie don't win this week, right? If Charlie don't win this week and Larry wins this week? Him and Larry have the same record, and then I win. I'm one win behind him. So if Charlie don't win this week, everything becomes different. Because if Charlie don't win this week and Larry does and Chris wins, Chris is now the Chris, I believe, should be the number one seed, and then the whole playoff picture just changes, right? So I feel like this is gonna be a tough matchup for Charlie, man. I watched Jason Tatum grab like 19 rebounds against Golden State. And Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they be on some foo-foo, bro. Like, you don't know which one of them is going to be stupid one day. And then you got DeJounte, Tyrese Maxey, and then if Gobert is awake this week, so it's going to be a nice one. Anthony Davis is meant to come back on the 28th, which is the end of the week. So I don't know how much games Lakers have at the end of the week. But even if he does come back, like, I don't think he's going to play like high 30 minutes. But he can still grab you a double-double, don't get me wrong. So I feel like this is the matchup of the week right here. Is Cornelius gonna finally, not trying to say, let him know. Let him know what's up. Put some respect on my name. Broken Free Win versus King of Zuri. This is, I feel like, so this is an important matchup. And then this one is, these bottom three are the matchups of the week, my opinion. I'll say this one is very important for the West, man, because whichever one of these guys win, it's like the pressure is kind of off because they still got that one game cushion. So that pressure's still kind of off. And I'm telling you, you don't want to lose this game, man. You don't. I promise you this. Whoever loses this game is making trades at the end of the week. I'm telling you this. Whoever loses this matchup. But if I'm going to say, I'm going to say Daniel's going to win it because of the injuries Mariano has. But this matchup either ends on Friday or goes Sunday. And then David versus Larry. Honestly, I actually feel like Larry gonna beat him because the way Larry's team is, he's got LeBron James, and LeBron James he's a mean guy, and it's like he's got LeBron James, and it's like, and he's got Giannis too, and he's got Anthony Edwards, so he's gonna score a lot of points, and I feel like this is gonna be a competitive week, and if you are David, you should care. You should care. I know you tell us that you don't care, that you're waiting for playoffs, but in order for you to get to playoffs, you have to have the reason why regular season matters so much, right? Is because when you're inside playoffs and you, let's say, draw a matchup, because of your head-to-head record with that person, you move on to the next round. So regular season matters because it's like you want home court advantage. And regular season also matters because it's like you want to know how well your team faces off with other people. You know what I mean? So for anyone to say it doesn't matter, it should. And right now it's like, this is what I'm trying to say. Charlie loses this week. Him and Larry have the same record if Larry wins. So it's like right now, me and Larry, it's like what's going on right now is literally this. Cornelius and Malik have caught up to Frankie. Yeah. So they're in their pack. Cornelius and Malik went on a run together. They caught up to Frankie. Frankie's still, on pace with them. Daniel and Mariano. Daniel has dropped off of me and Larry's pack. Now he's behind us with Mariano. If Daniel loses or Mariano loses, right? They went from being in the playoffs to not being in the playoffs. Like that's how crazy this all of this week is. This week is this crazy. This week is this crazy that Charlie could go from being the second seed to being basically the third or fourth seed. That's how much his team could fall off if he loses this week. Then he one game behind me. So like now the pressure is on, man. Like the pressure is crazy, man. Like, I can't even lie. I don't know how they calculate the ties. I think it's wrong, but I feel like the pressure is just crazy right now because it's almost like every single time you lose now, it's like you could easily just fall, like and it's gonna be like what I'm predicting is that by the end of the season, this is going down to the last game of the season, by what it looks like, because it's like I don't know if it's the injuries or if it's like the trades that went on, but what it looks like is like it's like little details is what's separating the people at the top. It's the little details that's what's separating the people at the top. The little details. It's no, I don't think the gap has. If anyone has a gap on anyone, I think Chris has a gap on us. But I don't think it's a large gap. But he definitely has a gap. But I just feel like now the pressure is on, man. Like no one can tell me. Like right now, every game matters for everyone. That's how tight it is. Every game matters for anyone because even the position Chris is in right now, yeah. If Chris goes on a 3-game losing streak, he goes from being number 2 seed to potentially being a number 6 seed. That's all it takes now. If Larry goes on 2-game losing streak, he goes from being 4 to potentially number 8. That's how tight it is, right? And it's like, yo, this bracket down here, I don't want none of this. I don't want none of it. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying, David. Please start, wake up, yeah, because you need to stay first seed. Because I don't want none of this. I don't want none of it. I'm being 10 toes. I'm cool over on this side. I'm cool over on that side. I don't want none of that. If I'm being 10 toes, you know what I'm trying to say. But that's what it is right now. If Chris becomes first seed, I'm literally gonna be losing on purpose so that I can drop down here. That's just me being respectful. That's just me. I'm just keeping it 10 toes with you guys. I'm gonna start losing on purpose. I would rather play against Charlie and David than play against Daniel and Chris. That's just everyone has their people. Like for example, like Malik's guy could be Larry and Mariano. Everyone has their people. But for me, I know I don't know what goes on, but when Daniel plays against me, he does some next level managerial stuff that I ain't never seen before, and his team becomes 1993 Eastern All Star team, bro. So for me, it's like I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. So if Daniel wants to become 8th seed, let me know so I can drop down to the 6th. If Chris and Daniel want to become 8th and number 1, let me know. I would easily drop down to 6th. There's no problem. I'll stay in my 6th. If you guys want to stay down there, let me know. I'll stay up there. Respectfully speaking. And I love how they will both play each other first round too. Because then it's like, if I want to win, I just, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm trying to say. Like, now, I think Charlie beat. I need to know who won Chris and Charlie's first battle. I think, yeah, Charlie beat Chris the first time. If I'm wrong, let me know. So now it's 1-1. So now, what happens between Charlie and Chris? Whoever has the best record. So Charlie has to beat Chris in the playoffs now. That's what I'm saying. Charlie can't draw with him. He has to beat him. Because if Chris draws with Charlie in the playoffs, he moves on ahead because he has the better record. So now, like, that's what I'm saying. This thing is getting crazy. It's getting intense. It's getting intense. And I feel like and I'm loving it. That's why it's called the Funky Lads Fantasy, sponsored by NBA43.com. Now I'm trying to say, like, you ain't gonna find a better fantasy right here. Like, I promise you, you won't. You literally won't. And it's like we take a look at the weekly stats, and it's like, simply put, like I said, the blacks is fading away. It's like this is not even a conspiracy theory. This is just hardcore facts, man. There's no more like middle or this. It's either your or it's that simple. And it's like, you know what I find crazy about my team? This is what I'm saying. I might have to switch up my team a little bit because it's like I have Stephen Curry and I'm shooting 58 3-pointers in a week. So it's like, do I even need Stephen Curry? You know what I mean? Like, do I need Stephen Curry? Because like, if I have Stephen Curry and I'm only shooting 58 in a week, and I'm only scoring 634. It's like, do I need Curry? That's the questions I'm asking. And it's like Curry is like he's amazing. And if I'm asking that question, everyone should be asking that question about all their team members. Because he's crazy. But the truth be told is like he don't be getting high assist numbers. He be getting a couple steals here and there. He don't really be adding to my blocks. He gets a double double every now and then, but he shoots great. But my percentages aren't really good. So it's like, do I really need Curry? But then again, it's like if I look at my team and the matrix of my team, who can I shift to increase this? Cause I can't be shooting 58 threes in a week. Come on now. Cause, Cause I can't compete. Like 86, like that's what I'm trying to say. And it's like one double double. Who like I ain't even gonna go there. But it's like one, two, three, four, five. Like I have five good categories. But with me, I hate the block category. I feel like it's inconsistent. And I feel like the steal category is kind of inconsistent too, right? So it's like there's a lot of thinking to do. I didn't know my free throw percentage would drop this significantly, but there's still a lot of thinking to do. I didn't have Chris Paul, right? So like, but then again, that's like what 5 3-pointers in a week, and then what he barely scores high numbers. So this is probably like what 650, 660, 670. So it doesn't really make like that huge of a difference, but still, it's still a lot to think about, and I still got time to think in January. So I feel like for me personally, after this matchup, I'm gonna try and make my moves end of January. That's just me personally. You know what I mean? After looking at this, it's like, what's the point of me having Stephen Curry if my 3-pointers are 58? Especially if I have Curry and LaMelo. Like, what's the point of me having that if my 3-pointers are 78? You know what I mean? But I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But yeah, Gaffer of the Week was Chris. I mean, he had to be. He just beat Charlie. This is what I'm trying to say, man. LeBron went crazy, man. And that's David's playing up against next. That's what I'm trying to say. And like the standards are pretty much the same. I feel like Glory should be below True North, man, because like he ain't even doing anything. He ain't even doing anything. He ain't even doing anything. So yo, respect to Edmonton Mafia, you climbing up. I see that. We see that. And it's like we see this. This is my highlight for this week. Are they gonna do it? I'm praying that they do it. I want this thing to be interesting, man. I want it because it's a long season, bro. The chat right now is kind of mellow, And I feel like the chat is mellow because it's like people see what's going on. So it's like, we all like quietly doing our thing, and then it's like it's about to explode again. It's about to explode again. It's about to explode again. I can see it because it's like once Cornelius and Malik are properly back in the picture and Mariano and Daniel's teams are vulnerable, people are gonna be talking. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Charlie's also vulnerable this week, bro. He is vulnerable because Larry can complete the bridge. He can complete the bridge. And I want you guys to remember, yeah, this man started off as 12th seed. Now he's number 4. Now he's number 4. But yo, this is a long season. This is KCW, and you know how we do, baby. Peace.